Welcome to another Kiwi Coach course vlog. What's up, guys? It's your favorite Kiwi Coach. Let's go do this thing. Alright guys, so welcome back to this course vlog. I know we kind of gave a little montage in the first video talking about the seminars that we're going to be doing in Japan. Hopefully you guys are interested in this video. While we're watching this course vlog, we're also going to be talking a little bit more about the seminars, kind of some dates and plans that we got going on, as well as maybe kind of foreshadowing a little bit about what the topics are going to be about. But we're going to get more in depth about the topics of the first seminar in about 2 videos from now. So stay tuned for all that good stuff. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. And yeah, let's go hop into this first vlog.
Alright guys, so just a little background story about this course vlog. So we were playing with basically a company who owns the course, Grandage Golf Club, by the way. If you guys are interested in visiting Grandage Golf Club and playing that course, you're going to have to know a member, but you can play if you do know the member. If you want to check out the website, I'm going to leave a link in the description below.
Go check out the course. It's a must play. It's really, really beautiful and scenic. You guys are going to see a little bit more what I mean once this course vlog starts getting underway. But another kind of side story, we didn't get every single shot on every single hole. We were kind of playing... we didn't want to slow down pace of play too much out there, and we were kind of playing with people that were wanting to talk to us a little bit, so we didn't quite get every shot. So I do apologize for that, but all things being said, let's kind of hop into this video and let's kind of get into the course vlog. So this is hole number 1 at Grandage Golf Club. Just kind of a background on this tee shot. There was probably roughly about 10 to 15 people watching me hit this shot, so a little bit nervous off the first tee, but I played in tournaments in the past. I know how to control my breathing, so I wasn't too bad here, and I stepped up and just hit a nice little ripper down the middle. Nice, probably like 12 to 15 yard draw. Ended up being kind of left center fairway. Just a good way to start with a lot of people watching. Hitting a good solid drive down the middle definitely calms the nerves, and I was feeling pretty good over this shot. So I had roughly around 240 yards to this green. I was trying to hit a slinger hybrid there. I kind of hit it a little bit low and heely, so I didn't quite get the distance out of it. If I would have hit that a little bit better strike, I think I would have gone on the front part of the green. It would have drawn a little bit less too as well. But I ended up in not a horrible spot. Kind of a tough bunker shot to get really close. It was up a slope and then down a slope, so I had to be really good with distance control here. I had a bunker lesson with one of the instructors out here at St. Mark. He's a legendary. His dad was the first PGA Tour player, or first Mexican to win on the PGA Tour, so he is very good at the bunker. So took that kind of to heart. Really just trying to get a little bit more extension in this lead wrist and really pick the club up and take the club way outside is kind of my feel. And I hit a good shot here. Left myself roughly 8 feet up the hill, a little bit left or righter here. All I'm really trying to do at this point is just trying to get kind of left. I think I was playing about half a cup out to the left, and I was just trying to let it slide in there. So let's see how I do here. Again, as you guys probably know, with my stroke, I hit a little pull there. So even though I was aiming more right, probably in half a cup, I consciously know that I hit a little pull, so I do play for it. But it didn't quite slide back, so not quite there. So anyways, we're on a hole number 2 here. It's a 390 yard or 410 yard par 4. I'm trying to, 3-wood was really the play here, but I was trying to hit driver and take it over the corner. So I was trying to aim just left of the right bunker and play like a 30 yard, 20 yard cut back into kind of the middle of the fairway. I overdid the cut a little bit. Didn't really kill me though. I left myself roughly right around 100 yards to this pin. It's a middle pin, middle-ish front pin. I'm out of the rough here. I'm trying to hit like a little kind of flighted gap wedge here. Alignment looks pretty good. I'm aiming at the pin. Flighted little lead arm parallel type of swing feel, and I just kind of blocked that one out to the right. That's kind of been my tendency lately. I've been getting a little underneath the plane with those wedges, and if I don't close the face to it, I get a pretty big block. Because I'm trying to hit like flatted low draw wedges nowadays, because that's probably one of the most consistent ways to hit your wedges, kind of a low flighted draw, and I just didn't get the face matched up to the path there that time. Blocked it out to the right, hit it a little long too because I did catch a touch of a flyer. Left myself a pretty tricky birdie putt here, but the greens were rolling fast too. Hit a pretty good putt there, but the greens were rolling. Starting out, they were rolling about 11, but towards the end of the day, they had to been rolling close to about 13, and you guys will see some crazy shots here in a sec, but left myself a pretty straightforward right to left or up the hill par putt. Nice little knock in there. Good 2-putt par start. Never a bad thing. So now we hop on to the third hole. Kind of a tough par 3. It's 200 15 yards to this pin, a little bit downwind here, water right, bunker left. I'm hitting a 6-iron, I believe, here. Kind of like a 3/4 6-iron, and I just blocked it way out to the right. So I hit that one in the water. Then my second shot ended up here, right? So I'm hitting, because I had to re-tee just by the way the drop zone was. So this is my 4th shot, I believe. So I hit my 4th shot low and left, not a good read, and then I tapped in for a double. So not the best hole, but it's still early in the round, so it's not really rattling me at this point. We missed the next drive. I hit driver really good down the middle. There's a bunker up the middle of that hole, and I just drew it off the bunker. And I hit it too far, actually. I hit it through the fairway, which you can kind of see. I had to hit that one close to 330, and it was subtly into the wind, too, so it was a good drive. Anyways, I'm hitting another gap wedge here. Ball's below the feet, so I'm aiming this just subtly left of the pin, expecting it kind of shoot out a little bit right, but it actually kind of held straight, and if anything, drew on me. But I missed it. I gave myself an uphill putt. Left to right putt, uphill. Not the worst shot from that distance. I had roughly about 108 to that pin, something like that. Uphill, left to righter. Midway through this putt, it kind of snapped a little left on me, and then it come back. And I also didn't hit it hard enough as well. But you could call that a comeback par. It's always nice if you make a big number to at least make a par. Ideally, you want to make birdie on the next hole for a bounce back, but par is not going to kill you. Hit a really good tee shot here. I started up at the left side of those bunkers and cut it back. I have it under the gun, and this was not the most nervous I felt because it's not really a tournament style, and I'm not really expected to play super well. But it was nice to pull those cuts off. I missed the second shot, hit it to here. This putt, I should have played way more break, and look how far past this goes. So that kind of shows you the speed of the greens here. I needed to play probably about 3 to 4 feet more break and hit it obviously a lot softer. Still adjusting to the greens, right? We didn't get any practice putting. We got to warm up and hit balls, but we didn't get any practice putting on the greens. So kind of a silly little 3-putt there. Made another bogey to get me roughly around 3 over at that point. Next hole is the toughest hole on the course. It's right around a 500-yard par 4, but it's into the wind, and it's roughly around an 8-mile-per-hour wind, so it's not too crazy. But I hit a pretty good drive there. Had around 200 here. I'm hitting a 4-iron here, and I'm trying to hit like a little low-flighted draw. And I just kind of overdid the draw a little bit. Started a little left of my target line, overdrew just a touch, but I hit the left side of the green. I landed about middle of the green, but then I rolled through because the greens were so firm. But I had a pretty tough up and down here. It was up a slope and down the slope. And watch how fast these greens are, right? To me, at this point, I thought I was going to be about 10 feet past, and look how it just keeps going and going and going. Which even the caddies there who were helping us out were kind of flabbergasted because they haven't seen the greens. They apparently what they did was they closed the course a day before I got there and just tricked up the greens for me to play there, which is nice of them at the same time. Was not the best for scoring, right? So I made a nice little bogey there. So I don't know. I'm at 4 over at this point. Not playing overly the best. Let's see. At this point, we might have missed the hole here. I can't remember, but this was a par 3 8th hole. Short little par 5 or par 3. It's like 160 yards. I hit a 9-iron there. I left it out to the right. Left was not the miss. Obviously, this was the miss. And I left myself a pretty tricky up and down, but or not up and down, excuse me, a pretty tricky, I don't know, that's probably about 50 feet. Up a slope, down a slope, probably swinging about 6 feet right to left. This is all about pace here at this putt. The caddy had given me a line. So all I got to do is trust the line she gave me and just get good speed here. And as you can see, I hit what I thought was a really good putt. Gave it a chance, almost made it, but left myself roughly around 3 feet up the hill for par. So I'm pretty happy with that putt at that point because I did hit a couple putts that were a little loose coming up into that. So I was pretty happy to hit a putt like that. Hit my line, hit my speed, did everything I tried to do, and a nice little 2-putt par to get out. So this is the par 5, 9th hole at Grandage. It's we played it. Typically the tees are 60 yards further up than this, but they're creating a new tee box, which is just to the bottom and right of us. But we were playing actually from like number 4 tee box or something. So the hole was playing about 632 into the wind, which is pretty far. So I tried to hit a huge slinger hook to try to get a little bit more distance out of it and kind of flight it with the wind. And I didn't quite hook it back, so I ended up being in the bunker here. But I still hit it like 320. It was a good drive. So I had roughly, 210 into this hole. I'm just trying to hit this one about 170. I think I have a 6-iron here. 6-iron or 7-iron, I can't really remember, but I have about 170 to the water, or maybe 185 into the wind. I'm just trying to hit like a flighted shot out there, 150, 160, and then leave myself another 140, 130 shot in. Now, as you can see, I kind of chunked that a little bit there. So this is one of the holes where we missed the shot. So anyways, we missed our approach shot. I hit it right at the stick, but I hit it a little long. So I had a really dicey up and down here. I had to hit a flop shot. You'll see where the pin is here in a second, how much slope I had to deal with. But I was trying to hit a really high shot, and I just didn't quite get the trajectory I wanted. I needed to hit that a little bit higher and a little bit softer, and as you can see, it rolled out about a lot. It rolled out, look how much that thing's rolling. It rolled out 25 feet plus. Ended up missing that putt, so I made a bogey on that hole. I'm not quite sure. I think I shot like 5 over for that side or something like that. Not very good, but the greens were really tough. Never played the course too, so not the biggest excuse, but best excuse, but still an excuse. Anyway, some people think I have too many excuses on this channel too as well, for my American followers. But anyways, that hole, we totally missed the second shot. I made a par on that hole. I hit it a really good drive, and then I hit a really good gap wedge to about 20 feet, and then I 2-putted. This hole I'm hitting hybrid. It's only about 380, but it really narrows down there. Right around 280, 290, it really narrows down the fairway. So hitting a hybrid out there for safety. Hit a really good hybrid. I actually hit that hybrid 290 because there's a little bit of altitude at that course. But I hit my pitching wedge. I landed it actually pin high, and it rolled all the way through. And it was into the wind slightly, or it was kind of right to left wind slightly into. And I hit like a little hold up fade. I thought that was going to spin, but it still rolled through the fairway or through the back. So then I hit what I thought was a good pitch. At this point, I thought it was stopping, but as you can see, it rolled out to like 5 feet, or a little bit less than that, probably about 3.5 feet, 4 feet. So anyways, little right to left or up the slope. This is a putt I know I can make. These are the type of putts I usually make pretty often. It's a pretty straightforward putt. All I got to do is just keep the speed up, and I kind of just didn't hit it as hard as I wanted to. Missed it. Made a nice kind of, well, not nice. Made a stupid little bogey there. Anyways, next hole, par 3, tough par 3. This is 200 yards. I was trying to hit a little slinger draw in there, kind of a trap slinger draw, and I just left it out to the right. Hit it pin high, just didn't draw it back. Got a little steep and held the face off a little bit too long there. But anyways, a really tough bunker shot. Either side, if he missed it left, you would have been short-sided because it was down sloping, but then it was up sloping to the pin when I missed it on this side. But there still wasn't a lot of green. So I hit a really high kind of spinny bunker shot here, which obviously my bunker game has not been the best. And I hit a pretty good shot here. I landed it where I wanted to. I just took a little bit too much sand for my liking, so I didn't quite get the spin. And you can probably see it rolling by. I hit it probably roughly 27 feet away. So anyways, from there I ended up 2-putting, so I made another little kind of bogey there. This hole, they wanted me to do a long drive swing. Also, in the future, I can't talk about it now, but we might be doing a TV show here in the future about how to hit the ball further. So they were kind of taking a video of my long drive swing. But anyways, I ripped it down the middle. I hit a little spinny there, but I hit it about 340, 350 down the middle, which was good. Ended up parring that hole, just barely missed birdie. This is the next hole. I ripped the driver. Another long drive swing. They wanted me to do another one, taking videos of my golf swing. And I hit this one in a good, like, 340, 352 down the middle. Left myself a nice little wedge in. This was kind of a long par 4. Another long one, but it was down one off the right, so it wasn't like that tough, that long. But I hit a nice little lob wedge here. I wanted to miss this a little bit right, just because they said that that's where it kind of fed down to the hole if you missed it right. And I think I just hit it too far right because I didn't quite get the spin to the left. And I kind of held it up a little bit too much. I needed to release the blade a little bit more. But I ended up, not a horrible shot, roughly around 18 feet to 15 feet away. Right to left breaking putt. All you got to do is just match up the line with the speed. And, of course, I did not get the line there. Speed was okay. It may be a little hard, but definitely misread right there. Played too much break. So anyways, I ended up knocking that in for a par. This hole was a 190-yard par 3 into the wind subtly. Downhill. So I'm hitting a... What am I hitting here? I think it's a 7-iron here. It's either a 6 or a 7. I can't remember. But I'm hitting... what I'm trying to hit is at the pin with a little flighted draw. If I overdraw it towards the middle, I'm okay. But this one I actually hit right at the stick, and it just stayed there, and it was a really good shot. Hit it about 10 feet, just barely missed the birdie putt, but a nice little par on a tough par 3. I was really happy with that hole. Next hole, another kind of shortest par 4. It's like 410, 400. Another kind of slightly into the wind shot. I'm just trying to aim it up the right fairway and hit a little draw back towards the middle. If I would have overdrawn it about 20 yards, there's water about 300 away. But it was into the wind, so I was fairly confident if I made kind of a smooth swing, I wouldn't hit that. I ended up making a par on that hole. I made a nice little save. I missed the green right with my pitching wedge, and then I pitched on to about 4 feet. I made a nice little 6-foot left to right slider, which I was really happy about. So anyways, on to the par 5. Hit a really good, kind of a bad swing I felt like, but ended up perfect hybrid. 500-yard par, at least like a 510 par 5. It was one of the shortest par 5s on the course. So I left myself roughly around 250. I'm trying to hit like a high slinging cut hybrid or 3-wood to make sure I got it over that water. I could have hit hybrid there, but 3-wood was the safer play, and I just hit it dead straight into the bunker. We missed those shots obviously as well. I hit a kind of a chunky bunker shot out to about 40 feet. Not a very good shot, but there was water along, so I was a little scared, and then I ended up 2-putting that for a par. So all in all, not the worst, right? From here, last hole, I'm hitting a driver here, tight fairway, as you can see. Really happy I pulled this drive off. This was a bomb, like just right on a rope. I aimed right fairway or right edge, and I was just trying to draw it back. And then basically, as you guys can see, the video stops here. I'll fill you in. From there, I hit about a 300-yard drive. I had roughly around 150 to 145 to the pin, kind of slightly into. I hit kind of like a flighted little pitching wedge trap draw, which didn't quite draw enough back, but it
started right at green, which was kind of ballsy a little bit because the water was about 10 yards right of that, and I drew it back about 20 feet right at the pin, and then uphill left to right cut, which I just barely missed. I left that one out for birdie. So
if I do the math, I think I shot like 6 over or 7 over. I think I broke 80 for sure, but I think I shot something good. So not very good, but the course rating was a 74 on the slope rating.
And we played it from like 7,300 yards, and it was somewhat windy. Never played the course before, and the greens were super difficult, and it's like a championship level course in Japan, right? So all in all, for me not only having a month's worth of practice going into this thing,
and the way I performed, I was really happy, to be honest. I mean, some silly mistakes for sure. Just not really knowing the course was kind of the main mistake. And then that par 3 kind of killed me with that double. Hitting into the water on the first shot was kind of killed the score for sure. But other than that hole and a couple just little silly bogeys or putts that I should have made, I think I played pretty solid. So I was actually really happy with that round.
Hit that like button. And again, as always, guys, subscribe. All right, guys, best of luck and play some golf out there.